Hi, I was a jerk. I messed up. I said F you man to somebody. I said F you man to somebody on the phone. I was an idiot. I put this makeup on because I didn't want to think about my face looking bad, so I didn't think about all of it, and I only noticed some stuff that I wanted to not look bad about. So I put it on to not look bad, so I wouldn't have to worry about that looking bad when I see myself talking talking on here. So I'm on here. Wow, it's not been easy. Relentlessly working on stuff, driven by fear. Felt awful for about 5 days now. 5 days now. Relentlessly working, driven by fear. Sucked. Wasn't allowed to, because some amazing thing happened before that, and I was like, wow. And everything was okay for a while. And then, so I don't know what to think anymore, so I'm gonna drink this. You know, this is not my first choice of whatever it is. It happens to be a wine that looks like it's an okay wine. It looks like it might be an okay wine, but it's not my first choice. I don't know where it came from. I don't even know how it got here. But I'm gonna drink it. Lydia. Ridiculous. Saved money. I didn't have to call Kroger to order wine or food or anything. I saved money. How I've been very cheap. And to relearn how to do that. I wasn't that way as much when I was married. And I had to relearn how to be very cheap. So this happens to be here. I don't know if it was from my parents, from Al. I don't know how it got here. I don't know. Well, it's not past the expiration date, as far as I can tell. So I'm going to open it. I don't know what to say. My kids don't need makeup. They're kids. And I guess I wouldn't need makeup, or no man would need makeup, right? According to the standards. Tell that to every newscaster and rock star. I would do it for the rock star reasons and never for the newscaster reasons, unless it was being kind, to others, and I'm kind to others. I follow God and Jesus, but I didn't mess up. So of course I'd do the newscaster thing, but it's felt like so deprived of my own personal happiness. So I was like, I don't know what some of that stuff is. I was going to say my own personal satisfaction, but I don't even know what that would stand for, and I have a feeling it would be a little bit sinful. I hope this doesn't hurt me. What is this? Let's see what this is. Lydia. I know it's not that old. I know it showed up here within the past year, or I think within the past year, the most 2 years, but so it must not be that bad. It smells good, like it's supposed to smell. A dessert wine. I generally wouldn't want the calories of that. But I starved myself all day. If you want the real truth, I had no food all day because I was so driven by fear to work so relentlessly hard, and then to be told to get the anxiety and fear, get a job, that I thought I want out of this. I was going to sell my house. And I thought I've got to be a lead singer, rock star. It's the only thing I can work at that much that doesn't make me sad or something, or feel. So I don't want to feel that way. So maybe it was a matter of not feeling. Just I don't want to feel that way. I don't want that, so I'm not going to. But that's kind of like something to do with like the people in my life that caused that. And you must be a person in my life too if you're just watching this. So it's like somebody who's watching the video who maybe, I don't know what it's from. And anxiety. I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. Come on. Hey, it's filming and put my picture upside down. I'll have to change the picture. Put my picture upside down. Wow. I go in here and change the picture. I go in here, change the picture. I go in here, change the picture. I go to bordello, kill myself is what he's trying to do to me. For his skinny stomach, all he does is sing and dance. And and play. He doesn't do the other important things that we do. I know we do. We already are really good at them, so we're not hurt. We are good. All go bordello does a skinny stomach looks really good. Skinny. All he knows how to do skinny again. See, I'm skinny, you're fat. Skinny, fat. See the difference? And he's like, no. That's what he's trying to say. It's like, those people are so skinny sometimes, I don't know. They're not always good about it. They can call people fat. Now where? How do you change a picture? Now, what is it doing? I know how to do it. Well, I'll change it on my computer. Here's how I change the image. Ooh, Gogol Bordello. It's like he's gonna gore somebody to death. Who would want to be so mean as to call themselves Gogol? I don't. Maybe he's a mean person trying to prove how skinny he is. Or maybe he's nice. I don't know, but I don't like the way it sounds, and it's not something that I want to aspire to. But at a time, I thought his music was cool, but no, not now. No, bad. I have a good feeling about it. That he's. I hope this doesn't say how much money it's making. I tried to shoot down any amount of that with Al the way he is. No matter what it came from. That's what he's trying to attack, people's egos. He doesn't want you to have a bigger ego than him. And is that what he works at? What is he doing? Saying how he's great and people with more are not as great? Is that what I did? I don't try to do that. I don't know if he does it or not. And when you actually work at something, then you're not doing that kind of thing. But at his age, it's hard to tell if he's Here's how I changed my image. Somehow it showed up upside down. I uploaded the right side up picture. It showed up upside down. Change. No one's holding me upside down necessarily. Change. Okay. Okay, go. Good. They want to kill somebody. Got it. Hard as in hell to make sure he keeps being skinny and more famous. Got it. Unless that's not true. If it is, get me away from him. I don't know if he's good or bad or what. I happened to mention him. I was like, oh, scary. Don't mention it. Oh no! Do da do da do da dee da. No. No. Yeah. Dee dee da do da dee da do da. Looking for a picture. What is this? I hope this is not something. Look terrible. Where did that ever get me? Doing the kind of work that my parents and people like them all do. That made me sad because the thing that I worked relentlessly hard at for most of my entire life didn't make enough money. That's where it got me. Fitting in with them and looking mediocre. To be kind to them because other things are more important. Maybe it'll get me to fucking heaven, right? I shouldn't say effing heaven. It's been a lot of pressure on me to work hard. Still made it feel like I didn't work hard. What's this? Let's see what it happens to be. Let's do a funny picture. We zoom in until this is like megapixelated. Even more than that. That's okay. I'll just take a picture of it like that. And then we can open up Photoshop. Dee-da-day. Dee-da-day. Thank God. I did a picture like my son does sometimes. Or did. Really pixelated intentionally. Okay, making a picture for this video. Let's just get the one that I got. Dee-da-dee. Copied it, paste. This is pretty good. Get my dad out of the picture. He's maybe a little pissed about how I've been talking to them and was gonna just sell my house, wherever I could get for it, and go to LA and be a lead singer and lose weight, because I couldn't take relentlessly worrying about it and having to work at the house. It was too much for me. Meanwhile, Al gets to kick back and not have to work at all because I guess he's kind of retired or whatever. I don't want to think about it. It was stressing me out because Danica didn't even respond when I showed her these beautiful pictures of my house. Oh, he's got no chest. I guess that means he's dead for sure and he won't have to suffer? No, that's awful. I don't want my kids to know that. Dee da dee. Dee da dee. Dee da dee. Dee da dee. Da dee. Dee da dee. Dee da dee. Da 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 dee da dee. Da da. This is a fast one. I had already designed it from something else. Dee da dee. He's looking at my eyes because he's trying to get gay with me because that's what my dad thinks. Better put my dad in the picture. Nope. Negativity driven by fear. What's the purpose of it? Do I get to rest too? Purpose. Purpose. I have a hard body on stage like Dust Till Dawn playing a bass. Yeah, that's what you will do, John. That's what you get for liking all that stuff you did 20 years ago. See, that's still you. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Save it. He doesn't want to do that. Don't tell me you didn't save it. Save as a JPEG. Who does that? I don't want any part of it, man. Let me go to California. I can be my fucking self. They're not gonna try to push Trump on me before he even thought of becoming president to do some evil ass dumbass shit that I don't even like, man. Leave me the fuck alone. You wanna hurt me for it? Fuck you. Sell my house and go to California right now. Tired of being pushed by your fear to do work I never wanted to do. Hey, something different. How cool is that? Well, life sometimes is really not the way we thought it would be for working at things relentlessly. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm actually going to drink this thing. I'm actually going to drink that thing. I don't know where it came from. I'm trying the David Lee Roth diet. I'm sorry, I've already. That's why I messed up. I watched a video of him, and we mess up, we sin, we mess up. I'm sorry. I called some guy a jerk. I said, "You're an effing jerk. Why'd you do this?" And but there's some truth to what I was saying, but I don't know. And I'd like to take it easy, so I'm gonna finally drink this. Whatever this happens to be that showed up at my house. Lydia. What is this stupid? Why would I want Lydia? I don't know what it is. But it saves money and I can drink this instead of having to buy anything else. Or not drink because I can't do it anymore right now. I want Danica and my kids, and she has been funny. So I was kind of negative. I was a negative. Oh, it's plugged in. Hello? Is this even recording the sound? Should be. I fixed it. I changed the sound on it. Should be. Yeah, it is. I changed the sound. He's not a bad person, I think. I don't know. It's up to God to judge. I went on the David Lee Roth diet. I went on the David Lee Roth diet. I went on the David Lee Roth diet for a day. I had no food until 5:40, and I had 2 spoonfuls of peanut butter, and then alcohol. I did work out with weights. Heck is this? Tastes like plums. Tastes like tastes like a fruit. It tastes like a fruit. I don't know how. But it's wine. Yeah. How good for you could it be? The David Lee Roth diet. This is awesome. This is awesome. You know what I do with this shirt? I had it last winter and it kept me warm all through the winter, I think. And then it was like dirty and had dirt on it because it stayed somewhere all year until this winter or until this fall. And it had dirt and stuff on it, so I wiped it off. I wiped this stuff off and I put it in the washing machine and poured bleach in it. And then it looked like the wrong colors. And it looked like, well, it didn't look the wrong colors, but it made, here's what it really did. It came out brown, but it looked like it was an old black shirt that got so worn out that it turned brown, and I was like, poor. And then it made my skin look like it was dark, like Mexican dark, like dirty, like how they said Mexican is dirty. It made my skin look like it was a dirty Mexican. But like in a way that maybe somebody in our family looked that way. I don't know. And so I got angry at something else, like having to work too hard on my house or something. And I said, this effing thing. And I went like this and tore the thing open and took it off. And I threw it out that window on the balcony and threw it into the yard. And then it stayed there for 2 days and got rained on. and then I was like, how am I going to keep warm? How am I going to keep warm? And I would have had to buy a new, like, expensive jacket or winter coat. So I went out there and got it, and I wiped some of the stuff off of it, and I put it in the washing machine. And I washed it, and I made sure to put in at least one container of bleach, or 2 containers of bleach. I soaked it in bleach for a long time. and it came out this color, more gray. It came out this color, more gray. And then I fixed the zipper. I fixed the zipper on it. I fixed the zipper on it myself, and then I just wore it again. It's clean now, and it saves money. It keeps me warm. And I got paint on it because I had to paint something. And so I didn't have to spend any money on anything. And then, that's like how I've been having to live. That's how I've been having to live. And I don't even own a car because the two cars that I had, the road needed tremendous work. And we had to keep working on the road till it got better. And it's good now, but I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to drive as fast or something, and the cars got shaken up when I drove too fast, not too fast for the speed limit, but it was like Al didn't let me know you're not supposed to drive that way, and my big redneck truck, or whatever, the white redneck truck that I thought I had to do out of fear. That I don't even like pickup trucks personally for me, but I had to drive one that was a huge giant one out of fear only, because I don't really, I can understand now that they have a purpose. Those pickup trucks can carry stuff to do work, but I was from the mindset growing up and into young adulthood and older, my 30s, that those people don't even use the bed of the trucks. It's the idea behind it that they think, no, that's not right. That's not right. And I was against those trucks, so finally they drove me by fear to become one of those people who drove a big redneck truck, giant redneck truck. So I drove that in the road a little too fast, and it got shaken up, and I would have had to replace the engine for like $2,000 something or $1,800 or whatever, and I was like, I'll just get a new car. So I got an SUV. It was only like $4,000 at an auction, or $3,800 or whatever it was. And then I don't know what happened in that one. The engine went bad on it too. So then I borrowed my parents' car. And that's really good. I borrowed their Ford Explorer, and I really was careful with it and stood up for it with all my beliefs, and it was, I made sure the oil got changed and stuff, and it's still good, and it still runs like 4 years later or something. Dude. And then I gave that back to them because it had a funny problem with the brakes, and they got it fixed. And I borrowed this other small car that looked like Danica's car when she was in Playa del Rey in California. Looks like her car. It's pretty good. And it's like a smaller Chevy. And I drive that now. I'm just borrowing it from my parents and haven't spent money on a cool car because that money's wasted. It goes down in value. That's how it is with cars. They go down in value, and it's like throwing money away to get some cool, expensive car. Somebody buys it for $70,000. The next year, it's worth $48,000. That's a waste of $22,000. Right, almost right off the lot sometimes. And so if you buy a car that's $12,000, it's going to go down in value a little. But who cares? I might end up driving a Ferrari for all I know. I don't even know what's going to happen. Might be nobody watching this right now. I gotta pee. I gotta use the bathroom. I don't want to look at myself looking bad. That's why I put makeup on, because I didn't want to see it looking bad. When I was drinking alcohol to deal with my problems that maybe made me not look as skinny.
I'm pissed. I'm the famous guy. His mouth looks like a clown. Hey, I'm pissed. I'm the famous guy. His mouth. Oh, shit. I hope he goes back to normal again when he starts being mean, and then he's like, yeah, oh, okay, and then he doesn't look like it anymore when he's kind. I'm the famous guy right here. Looks like a clown.
Who is that? Kevin Costner or somebody that looks like him? Who is that guy's mouth looks like a clown now? It's like 58, dude. I'm in shape. Me and my boyfriend. He's 38. Now, if you're trying to act like he's my son and respecting me like that, he doesn't do that, man. I'm here to talk to your entire town. I got this right here. It looks like a clown. I'm a big famous guy. Not Kevin Costner, but whatever his name is. If he sees you, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. If God wants people to look like a clown and have a worry about being a clown, then they've got to stop making a joke of stuff. And you know, I notice how people's faces look like different things. I hope I don't turn into one of them. That would suck. Who would want to drink this? I'd rather have beer. I don't really like beer that much, but I'd rather have weed, marijuana. That makes me really have amazing motor skills. can jump in the air, can, never get hurt. Never get hurt. So highly attuned with what's going on with marijuana. I mean, it makes my body physically super athletic. Well, athletic. It's a healer. Does something for the motor skills to make them better for someone like me. But not always. Some people that, if they smoke marijuana, it could kill them. If they do too much the first time, it's probably not going to kill them, but it's like, Al, when he first smoked a lot of marijuana, it felt like it almost killed him. I remember when I first did marijuana, it was this girl that was like popular in high school who showed me what the popular kids did. And she got me to smoke marijuana, and it was like what they describe as like a hallucinogenic acid trip of seeing lines when somebody would move. But it was like, wow, it was not what it was like later to do marijuana, where it wasn't as strong, but it was like, wow, when I did it later, it made me like really athletic. But for the brain, it would have worked too, but it made me more like somebody like Robin Williams, all the famous people. I was so funny that I had people laughing hysterically on the floor, unable to control themselves, laughing so much that they fell to the ground laughing and continued laughing. That was so funny. A lot of my friends did it. They fell to the ground at the same time when I was laughing in this parking lot late at night, in the middle of the night, and in front of some apartments. And they kept laughing and laughing. They could barely control themselves. I was so funny. And then something about Danica was like, she didn't like it. She didn't want me to be the big famous person who maybe would have fornicated and stuff too. Or I don't know. I might, because that's the people I looked up to were, Robin Williams, a lot of the rock stars and famous people and stuff. So maybe I would have fornicated or not. And she didn't really want me to. So she was like against marijuana, and it kind of it made it so I never really partied much. I never really did that much at all. But in high school they did it, and I did it a little bit, and a little bit after high school. But when I went to California, never got to do it one time. Never got to be the famous person who partied. And all of them pretty much partied. Besides, well, everyone is different. There are different types of people, but a lot of them partied. That's what they did. They smoked weed. They drank alcohol. Some of them went from weed to cocaine and stuff, and I never really did. I never did any hard drugs. I never even got to try a hard drug one time. So I don't know what to say. It's just marijuana. Now they pretty much legalized it in a lot of places. They legalized it, and that's the only thing I did that was besides alcohol that I maybe did. So, or maybe did. Maybe, or maybe it was something else. Maybe it's I don't want to say because I don't want to get in trouble for it. And now I think I'm not supposed to do it. Well, I think I'm not supposed to do it. So I'm not even gonna really do it. But it's a temptation because then I'd be in really, really good shape. Maybe. And I don't always look that great, but I put this makeup on and it got rid of whatever the worry was about my face. About my face not looking good enough or something. But I don't know if I'll ever do marijuana again, but Danica has, not that, well, she's never done it. She's not done it. She has not done it, but she has not responded as much as I would like to me. So I guess maybe I'll check what some of the comments are. See how many people are watching this. Maybe a lot. Maybe, hey, something new and better. Remember, oh, there's one person watching it. Yeah. Yeah, there's one person watching it. I don't know, dude. I don't want to do coke. I'm not, I don't want that. Eddie. Here's Dr. Fauci. Oh, shit. He'll kill someone. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. Maybe he's nice to people. I don't know who he is. Dr. Fauci. It showed a picture of somebody. You know, he's a big guy in the news that they talk about, and I don't even know what the fuck he does or care. I had to listen to that fucking news every morning, wake up like a brainwashed fucking Republican military, Joe Rogan kind of person, every morning at 4:30 and turn on the news. And when I ate breakfast, it was all meat. Had to be heavy meats and shit like that I don't even fucking like to do. So I never want to do it again. I had to wake up early for a long ass time. I'm never going to do it. I'd rather sit in a bed, be put in a bed, and not have to do it anymore than ever do it again. And I'll never do it again for what they made me do. Like a big brainwashed military person with a shaved head, waking up at 4:30 a.m. to go out there and be a mean person for their values. I don't believe in any of that. But waking up early is not necessarily bad. It's not always bad. I just don't want to do it ever again. But I shouldn't complain about it because I haven't had to. I haven't had to for a couple of years or so, but I've had to work hard. And I don't want to anymore. And I'd like to be dead. Because I don't know how Danica will ever respond to me. And how I'll get my kids back. So I'd rather just die. But I'm not planning to kill myself. And also the fear of having to wake up early and them doing that to me again. Like what they did to me at the end of 2014. Makes me want to die. That they might try to do it again. So it made me work really hard. And then they try to push the idea that I wasn't working. They tried to push the idea that I wasn't working the entire time. And that's what made it feel awful. And the fear that would ever happen to me again, what they did to me at the end of 2014. So then I couldn't tell people what I really believed. I couldn't tell people that I like to eat vegan. I like to eat real organic, real trusted brands. Not the fake ass organic shit that came along, 2008 when some company bought it out that was Monsanto or, some big meat industry company who bought out the real vegan brands who put love and effort into what they did. And I don't want to buy from any of those quote-unquote organic companies, so I don't know if they're organic or not or what. And I'd rather see what Whole Foods has. I haven't gotten to go to Whole Foods in a long time. And I don't know how they came out of Austin, Texas. I don't know how they came out of Austin, Texas, how Austin, Texas is surrounded by that other stuff. And, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And they don't like California because they think it's liberal. I know how that shit is. Whatever side of it is that won't get me in trouble with them attacking me like they did in 2014 with their bullshit, their evil bullshit. Can't even be myself. That's why I wanted to go to California and finally fucking be myself. Say the things that I actually enjoy to do and feel happy about without having them push their stupid ass beliefs on me that I never liked. It was against growing up because I could see how fake and liars they were, covering up the truth of their thoughts and intent. Covering up the truth of their thoughts and intent with lies so they didn't get in trouble while they're working in meanness and unrighteousness, working in unrighteousness and meanness towards others, and they covered it up by dressing to fit in. What? I didn't do anything wrong. And they try to hurt somebody about it. Their stupid ass beliefs. I never understood much about them, but then eventually, then I eventually had to realize, wait, those people might get into heaven. Some of those people might get into heaven, and that's what it's really all about. They might be a little different from you and how you sin or whatever, but some of those people might get into heaven. And how are those rock stars who fornicate any better than that? You know, those rock stars who fornicated, you know, that's pretty bad. And those Republican people are angry at that, and they want to divide and conquer liberal families. They want to take a kind, loving, happy liberal family and divide and conquer it, prove that their Republican ways are better than you, and white is better than minorities and black. That's what a Republican is. They want to prove that white is better than minorities and black people. They want to prove white is the best. They want to prove people who have a lot of money are better than poor people, and the poor people may as well die and are worthless and have no value to their lives and souls. That's what a Republican is. And another thing about Republicans are they don't like minorities, they don't like blacks, of course they don't like gays, come on. They think white is the best. They think rich is better than poor, and they don't like poor people. They don't like Mexicans. They don't like the arts. They generally don't like the arts. They don't like work in film, music, or art. People in Texas are generally Republican. They try to push it on my wife and kids. Some woman there who tries to be close to them, try to brainwash them and push it on them, the same way her and her husband try to push it on me, terrify me into that shit. That's what Republican really stands for. They're against creative work. They're against jobs at YouTube. They're against jobs at the entertainment industry. And then they have good beliefs. Then they have good beliefs. They have family values. Of course, they're against vaccines a little bit, or they're against masks. They're against masks because they think it looks like a Muslim covering up their face. That's the only reason why they don't like masks, because they think it looks like a Muslim covering up their face. So that's what that shit's about. And what else do they do? They like guns. You know, of course they like guns because it's okay to hurt others, right? Yeah. Why would you want a gun the purpose of a gun is to hurt others, to hurt or kill someone. So why the fuck would you stand up for a gun? It's obviously to hurt somebody. That's what its purpose is, to hurt a person or to kill a person. So why the fuck would you stand up for a weapon and think it's good to have a gun or big weapons of mass destruction or war? Or shit like that, or a big powerful military to crush innocent people and their children and families, so you know, and shit like that. That's what Republican stands for. Military might, hurting others with weapons, war, stuff that sucks and is stupid as shit. And then it also stands for family values. Family values. Like families being together. Because I already divided and conquered my family when I used to be a liberal. But
they did that to me because I was a liberal. They wanted to get me back here. That's what being in Virginia did, I guess. Unless I got that wrong somehow. I'm supposed to keep my head down and I'm a meek little person and go along with their stuff. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good the whole time. Not really be myself and the things I enjoy. And they believe in God and Jesus, supposedly. They supposedly believe in God and Jesus, so that's pretty amazing. Republicans supposedly believe in God and Jesus more than liberals, supposedly. But then there's other values they have that are good. They don't believe in killing babies. They don't believe in killing innocent babies who are in somebody's stomach. They don't believe in abortion. So I think that's pretty good. There's a chance that them being anti-vaccine is okay if that's what they believe in. And that's how those Texas people sometimes are, and that's why it got pushed on my wife and kids. But I don't prefer Republican, and when I was out in California, I got to be myself, and no one stopped me from being however I felt politically. And if I stood up for gays, it doesn't make me gay. I never felt like being gay personally. How the fuck does that make me gay? So how the fuck is being kind to a gay person make me fucking gay? So who gives a fuck with that politically? Why would you stand up for either? Why would you stand up for being against gay people and against minorities and thinking white is the best and thinking weapons are good to hurt others and shoot others and cause suicide and shit like that? And why would you believe in war? Why would you think war is okay? Other stupid Republican shit. But but I believe a lot of Republican stuff too. But not those values. And see, being that way in California, they took me and being a liberal, vegan, ethical vegan, and they made me be a Republican no matter how I felt. They showed me this hell underneath the earth that they would take me and do these genetic horrors to me for hundreds of years unless I became that way. And that's the only way that I became a Republican, really. But then I found out that stuff is not real and it's hell inside the earth. It's not. There's no Illuminati hell, and you only get there by being mean and sinful and bad. So don't be mean and sinful and bad, because that's what leads to hell. But I didn't know as much at the time. I didn't have as much faith in God at the time. However, then after all that, I realized, wait, there are really, really good Republican people. Then I realized what's really important is that there are really, really good Republican people and really, really good liberal people. And they're kind of different, and they're not all the same, and politics doesn't mean anything. But they try to make you either Republican or liberal. They try to make you side with either one. Like I just started siding with the liberals, and none of it is true. There are just as many Republican values in being a Republican as liberal values, and it's the same with liberals and being a Republican. Neither one, they aren't all Republican, but they try to get you to side with one of those, Republican or liberal, and get you angry about it back and forth against one another to prove that liberal is better or Republican is better. But they're both the same thing. They're the same. They're not really that different. You can believe in gun control or not, but there will be other values that are, you're not going to be all Republican. It's just not how it is. And if you think you are, it's because you were angered into standing up for that stuff and proving that the other one is bad, even when you didn't believe in it or not out of meanness, like I just started to do for liberal. And then they really got me to be a Republican for a long time. It sucked. But it just wasn't me personally. Like,
and they made me come back here to Virginia where a lot of that stuff is. But this neighborhood was different, but still, you know, they fit in with everybody around here and stuff, and I don't know. My dream never happened. My dream never happened. And, you know, I still have my wife and kids, but she hasn't responded to me in a while. So, for both of those reasons, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live anymore. And I don't want to be with anyone else. You know, I'm not supposed to, I think I'm not supposed to be with anyone else, so I don't know. I don't really want to live anymore, but what I do is change the subject to something else, like drinking this stupid ass too sweet alcohol or something. Dessert wine. Why'd you want it to taste like dessert? That's like double the calories. It's alcohol and sweet. I don't know. That's like a little too much for diabetes and stuff. I mean, I don't have I don't have diabetes. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. I don't really want to keep going on living. You can't take a magic pill. You can't take a pill to make you feel okay. Unless there are people who are your loved ones who think that it's better for you to take, and then eating that pill will go along with their beliefs about, you know, and the relationships you have that'll somehow work for who they are. Like if somebody's a doctor or somebody like that, then maybe taking medicine and doctor kind of health things that they approve of will help you because they like it. But, you know, doctors are good. We need doctors. But, you can write it. I was going to look at my phone. I didn't even know what it looked like. I was trying to cover it with makeup, anything that may have looked like it was something that made me feel like I couldn't help but to notice it like a problem on me. So when I was making the video and I see the way I look, I'm like, okay, I know there's nothing to worry about, so I can just make a video. Well, I spent all day trying to maybe sell my house. I spent all day maybe trying to sell my house. It sucked. Because they want me to get a job. Get a job. I'm looking on here. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't really. I'd like to, you know, like to finally feel okay, like I have enough. And I don't have to work anymore. And then I'd work on something that, you know, later. I'd work on something I really enjoy more. Like have plenty of money for the first time ever. Ever. Where it really wasn't a worry. You know, where I didn't have to rely on my parents and I could go away from them and have plenty of money. You know, it's not their fault. I did get on my own one time with tremendous amount of work, just real work. It was awful, the kind of work that it was. Because I had already worked at film and video for a really long while, and it just didn't. You know, I still didn't have enough to be able to like, oh, I've got a guaranteed, you know, it was never like, there's a guaranteed amount coming in every month.
You really don't have to worry. It was never like that. There was always a fear driving me to constantly have to do things, almost like no rest. That's how my life really was, I guess. Unless I don't know what I'm talking. Unless I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's pretty much how, you know. And then it became something really bad in 2014 when they tried to like really. I don't know. It's okay. It was way worse than a threat of just death. But no one was there for me besides me to have to try to be okay somehow. So somehow I tried to work a lot and was really mean in my thoughts. Tried to get as much money as I could together so they couldn't take me down to those underground facilities that I thought they'd bring me to if I didn't do it. I was really Republican. It was awful, driven by fear. And then somehow I got to this house, working really hard on houses. What I was left with after I worked for my parents for a long time, 1 or 2 houses. And it was like never enough for my dad. It was never enough. It had to be so much work, and it was never enough. You know, it was like I never did anything, no matter how hard I worked. And he was the one pushing that on everyone I knew, that I never worked, no matter how hard I was relentlessly working the entire time. And so he kept me working all those years. And I guess that's why I worked so hard, but that's not how I want to live anymore. So, you know, just for that alone, I want to die. I don't know how I'll ever get free from it. I finally got free from him by doing a lot of that kind of work on his kind of stuff, instead of working at the films and videos and stuff like that I was doing. I was trying to get money from him so I could continually work on that. And then, you know, then I had to work at his stuff anyway. It made me sad having to work on his stuff. I never wanted to do it. But he helped me with tons of money. He helped me with tons of money to be able to do my films. It paid for my films. And then, you know, where did it get me? Wherever I am now. I'm not an A-lister. Say like I went out in any random town in America, they've never recognized me out there. Never. Unless it was my own town, Roanoke. I remember you, went to high school with you. Fucking failure. Might as well be dead. I worked so hard that first they made fun of the way every inch of my body and face looked growing up. And then when I tried to prove I was the most famous, popular one, I was finally popular and I was finally famous. Instead, I had to go to a bunch of school and study, never get to party, just study the entire time and do my grades well. And you know, I went to 2 really good film schools. And then, you know, I honored my parents, went to a bunch of school like they did. And then, right when I was graduating, come right back home from LA, and then worked for my parents, and married, and then they let me barely work. They helped me with money a ton. They helped me with a ton of money. But where did it get? I never got famous because they didn't believe it was possible. I think they didn't believe it was possible, and they wanted me to be like the other people in their family, what they knew and what I was supposed to do too. So it was like almost not really allowed, you know. And they never. I was not allowed to feel like the most popular one in the family. They didn't raise me that way. They raised me to cover up my body, eat more food. Oh well, sometimes I was in good shape, I guess, but I was never like the star, good-looking, best-looking one. You know, I had to work on that a lot to, at times, I think I was able to do it, but it was me who had to do it. I don't know how much, you know, came from anyone else with that. I don't know. I don't know. When I was a small child, of course, I had it. Good looks, likability, and all that. You know, like the best looking one, the most likable one. And then that was taken away from me. I guess they didn't, you know, they looked down on me more and stuff. Everyone in the family, you know. And then I left. You know, they didn't look down on me that much. They loved me. They wanted me to be okay. But I was like, he's John, another one of the people, like an old person or somebody else who's a little heavier or not heavier or whatever. I was like one of the other people. I didn't feel that great about it. My sister Krista got to be the best looking, most popular one when she was growing up. She got to be the best looking, most popular one when she was really young. She looked like she was 24 or 18. She looked like she was 17 or 18 when she was 12. When she was 12, she had boobs. She was her regular height when she was 12. It was nuts. It was weird. But I didn't think of her as, I never thought of her as anything sexual, ever. That was gross. It was always something I didn't figure her in that way. I just, no. You know, I'm not a weirdo. There's not something wrong with me. In that kind of sin. I don't do that stuff. So, I don't know what but she was like popular, good looking, had a nose that looked just the right way. You know, it was like turned up a little bit at the end, pointing up, but her nostrils were small enough so that it wasn't like a pig nose. It was like attractive and small nostrils, but her nose was pointed up, and she had a little bit of a bigger bridge, but it wasn't too big. And it was like looked attractive, and she was the you know, for other guys and stuff. And you know, I'm not a fucking weirdo, so don't push any weird ass pedophile shit on me. I don't know what that is. I think maybe the nudie sites. I think maybe the nudie sites push that on. I think maybe the nudie sites push that on people. They try to brainwash them on it, but I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it. There's nothing about it interesting to me. And it's bad. It's gross. It's really disgusting. It's not me that does it. I think it's somebody else. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is. This has not been the most kind, fun, happy video. Probably have to take this one down too. All the 28 views it got. If you're lucky. You know what that means? 0.2 cents. It earned 0.2 cents. That's how much of a failure you are. Let's see how many views it got. See how much of a fucking failure you are. You earned 0.2 cents. See, you're one of us now. You came back to your small town to be one of us. And then the entire internet got big. You know, MySpace started and YouTube started when I came back here in 2005. You know, and that's supposed to be enough for me. That's how, well, you might get 24 views. You might get 32 views. You know what that is? Shit. You might get killed instantly without any pain or suffering. And then You won't have to be on that treadmill that's not even working out. Because it's not a treadmill. It's their shit. You don't even get to be on a treadmill. You gotta do their bullshit. Who's? Not my parents. Not my parents. Like, the people who just never believed it was possible. So, it's like everything is just, nope. I don't want this. Who's this person putting modeling pictures of herself on here? I don't want that. I know what it is. I can't. It's wrong. She's married to somebody and trying to look cool. Well, it's not her fault. She's the model on here. All of a sudden she showed all these pictures of herself. I don't want that. Why is she seeking attention outside of her husband? I don't know. It's scary. I gotta get away from it. I don't want to be a sinner. It made her look not as good to say it's scary. She's holding a gun and shooting it, and they did special effects to it to have something coming out of it, and it looks like it's a penis with something coming out of it, and she's holding it doing this. And then it's like, it looked like, anyone can pull off really good modeling pictures with Photoshop and stuff, but she looks okay, but it's just, she married somebody, and I don't want that person. It'd be so awful. She married somebody and had a baby. And then she tried to act sexy later. Like now she's doing modeling pictures. I don't want any of that. Hello? Hello? I'm going to see if this is recording. Who's this person? And then, when I said it was gross, didn't want to look at it and try to ruin the entire thing, then it made her, I saw a picture of her. It didn't make her look this way, but then I saw a new picture as I was scrolling. I saw a new picture, and it looked like her nose was a little bit bigger, and it didn't look as good, but she was still holding a gun. I looked to the side, and it looked like she was holding the penis of a gun, and then it somehow tried to make her face look better, and I can't look at that stuff. I don't want any of it. I hate it. I don't like any of it. Like this jerk. He's in really good shape. He looks better than everybody. His face looks really good. Nothing special about him. He's in really good shape. He's into stupid stuff, has a dumb haircut that I don't even care about. He didn't do what David Lee Roth did. Then I scrolled past when I was saying that, and it showed a picture of a guy with a dog on his head. Like that was his hair. Yo, man, I got a dog on my head. Hello? Hello? I'd be afraid to do that. Whoa, I shouldn't look at that stuff. I'm trying to find this video so I can see what it sounds like. Hello? So I can see what it sounds like. Hello? Oh, really loud. Really loud, I think. Oh, really loud. Really loud, I think. Yo, man! Yo! Yo, big hurricane, man! Yo, the bomb hurricane! The bomb hurricane that hit California, man!
Wonder where that came from. Texas. The people in Texas did it, man. You're going to California, man. You trying to blame Texas for doing the bomb on them because they're liberal? They dropped the bomb on me. Because you're a terrorist, because you acted like Pauly Shore saying he dropped a bomb on him, because he was the one that said it, Pauly Shore, who was in the liberal land of California. Shit, I ain't no terrorist, man. Shit, just because I ain't like terrorists. Shit, man, I ain't no terrorist, man. I ain't just a cheeseburger, man. Shit. My parents trying to turn me into the hamburger. Shit. I tried to give them $100,000 back. Get my house and get the fuck out of here. Sell it for cash, quick. Suck your own dick. Shit. Quick, get up on stage. Be Richard Pryor as fast as you can. You got $2 in cash. Quick, go. Look, here's $22 in cash. I'll suck your dick, man. But then you'd be free from having to laugh the way that fucking sounded, motherfucker.
Like this.
Yeah. Ha ha. Yeah. Ha ha. The Roanoke people. Where did it ever get them other than having to work at a job that they hate? No, I got it wrong. I'm wrong. I'm a sinner. California ain't the answer to your problem. You better shoot yourself in the head, motherfucker. Think on that, John Birmingham, or you. Think on that. Think on that, John Birmingham, or you. Think on that, John Birmingham, or you. Think on that, John Birmingham, or you.
But at least we dropped a bomb storm on them. At least we dropped a bomb. At least we bopped on them. Well... At least we bopped. Bebop. Let's look up what bebop means. Let's look up what bebop is. Bebop. Jazz. Wow. I see it's against my grandfather, who played jazz. And it's what my wife and kids called crap. When they made a crap in their diaper, they called it bop. Bebop. That's what bebop is, or bop. The style of jazz developed in the early to mid 1940s in the United States. Almost like a total disregard for my grandfather, who was darker skinned Sicilian. I see now why my mom's so angry at it. It was like really against my family, and they kept helping her with money and helping her and being kind to her. And continually her standing up for her parents in Texas. In some ways that's true, but it's not always that way. You know, Texas of all places. Jim Morrison played there once. It's not her fault. They just happen to call it bop. When Rowan, I think, was a baby, he happened to say bop. It's just the way it sounded when it came out. It wasn't against jazz. He just happened to say bop. That's what he called crap. He said bop. So we called it bop. My mom even thought it was funny. But my mom has had enough. I think that like they were with Danica's mom was kind of, I'm trying to figure it out. But they want you to figure it out. That's a mean meaning. It has something to do with her mom and dad, but they know what it means. But I don't know what figure it out is. Something mean and bad. They want me to figure it out, so I'm not going to figure it out. Wow. I'll probably delete this video. See this? See this? Here's what shit is. See this? This is what they want you to do instead of being a singer on a stage. That's the shit that they want you to do. Well, I'm gonna go. Bye. Think about that, Danica. Think about what you want to be. You want to be true to yourself? Or do you want to, I'm going to go.
honor God first. Honor God first, then your husband or wife, then your parents, and your children are somewhere, I guess, after your husband or wife, and then others. Other family and friends. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. I'm gonna go. Bye.